So this video is about the definition of a real revolutionary. To be a real revolutionary, especially in the times that we live in, means that you are going to scare stupid and weak people, which means scaring almost everyone. People will cheat you, shun you, and blacklist you. If your network is not compromised, you couldn't possibly be a real revolutionary. If they are not using psychiatry and psychology on you, in psychological operations especially, you could not possibly be a real revolutionary. A true revolutionary expects and even plans to die for what he believes in. This is not something you can do half-ass. This is not playing ping pong 5 minutes a month. A real revolutionary puts nothing above the revolution, and there is nothing truer than a Christian militant revolutionary. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I have proven that beyond any doubt. If you are a Democrat towing the party line, you could not possibly be a real revolutionary. If you are a Republican or Libertarian or any other mainstream political group, and you toe, or from a mainstream political group, and you toe the party line, you could not possibly be a real, true, and pure revolutionary. You are a phony, you are a fraud, and you are a fake. This is not like being in the military, where you have the upper hand and the backing of the American government with all of its resources. This is not like being a gang-stalking gang member, where you have the backing of the government and your neighborhood and everyone with vested interest in taking on the target. Being a real revolutionary is one of the most respectable things a person can be. There's not much that can compare to it. In fact, I would argue that being a man of God, the top martial artist, and a real revolutionary is the most respectable thing one has ever been in the history of this nation. And that goes for whoever accomplishes that, not just me. Having excuses for siding with the government or not accepting the most traditional and true martial artist challenge is not an act of a revolutionary. It is an act of a coward who probably shrinks from controversy every chance he gets. I did not grow up in foster care or in the ghetto. Yet, I hate the system with more passion than anyone who has. And you can tell by how I take them on as uncontrolled opposition, thinking of only doing God's work and attaining victory. Everything else is fake. It is the illusion and the artificial construct of inferior forms of life and pitifully inferior minds. Those indignant cowards on their best day are not as great as me on my worst. Not even close. And I'm going to leave you with this final thought. You know, the social planners have failed women. Women have failed by rolling along with it. and men should not put up with it. When you see that women don't respect, admire, adore, and wish to date a man of God, a pure, true, real revolutionary, uncontrolled, a real revolutionary, and the top martial artist who's tall, dark, and handsome, and fucking brilliant. That is the most abysmal and depressing failure that women could possibly make happen. You've all failed, bitches. Real fast, I want you all to understand this. Listen very carefully. This is extremely important. With all my research, especially my recent research into the Protestant Reformation and the Counter-Reformation, it was made clear that secret societies controlled both the movements of science and non-religious philosophies, as well as compromised versions of Christianity, versus the Catholic Church. The Jesuits and the Masons aren't really against each other. They're working together under people with the Luciferian doctrine to control all movements of religion, science, and philosophy. However, Christianity is the truth. Now listen carefully. Socialism is an elite philosophy. The elite control Freemasons who have think tanks, and they know how to cheat the system, any system. It's about central banking that they control. If you redistribute the money, right, who's doing it? Central bankers. Why do you think the Jews started communism? Central banks, central banking, and having secret societies full of people who are interested in philosophy and science. Look up Masonic philosophies of science and technology. Why do you think they have secret societies at Ivy League schools? They control the professionals, the experts, including the experts in science and, finance. So their secret societies will control the banks and all the key positions in society. That is even more control for the elite and the secret societies than capitalism is. And of course, they will use the pseudoscience, which secret societies are full of, pseudoscientific occult nonsense. Occult influenced pseudoscience, such as psychiatry and psychology, to call people crazy. Kind of like this. Shut down! I dedicate this to all the people that I want to repent, to show you that I'm not such a jerk after all.
Jesus has sent my angels testifying to these things. Repent, the churches. What happened?